Hey guys, welcome back to Popo's Woodworks. Today we're going to be building, it's fairly cheap, but it's going to be a 3-tier table. And so basically what I went and bought is I bought the project panels. Now my Lowe's has these project panels, and we also have a Home Depot. Now I don't know what your Home Depot has versus ours, but ours does not carry these panels. I like them because they're straight and you don't have to dig through 50 pieces of lumber to get 3 that's straight. If any of you that do woodworking, you know exactly what I mean. So basically, it's going to be a table with 2 shelves up under it. I'm going to kind of cheat. I bought some brackets. I'm going to show you those, and I'm going to try it a different way to make it a little bit simpler. So basically, this should be a fairly easy, simple project. I'm going to use pocket holes to do it. You don't have to use pocket holes. You can use butt joints. But anyway, I'm going to show you my materials, and then we're going to get started. So basically, this is my project panels. I have 2 here, which is 3/4 inch by 16 by 48 inches long. This one is 3/4 inch by 20 inch by 48 inches, which is 4 feet. So this is going to be the top of the table. The 16-inch ones are going to be the centers. All right. I bought some Scotch felt to go on the bottom of my 2x4s because I got the vinyl plank flooring that I just literally put down in my basement because it's waterproof and I don't want to scratch that. And this is where I'm going to try to cheat. This may work, it may not. We're going to find out. But anyway, so my idea is I'm going to mount these to the 2x4 and then let the shelf rest on top of that. That way, I don't know, that way it'd be a little bit easier. I ain't got to cut and do extra pocket holes, because these right here I think were like $1.30 something cent. These was $3 a pack. I think this one was $20, and one of the 16-inch boards is 15. So I'm looking at roughly around 60 bucks. I ain't no mathematician. So roughly about 60 bucks all in on this project. And of course, as y'all know, I love dark walnut stain. So here's my stain for the ones that want to know what stain did I use, because that's what basically everything in my house is going to. So we got to keep the flow going. So anyway, I'm gonna rip the plastic off of these, and the most important part is I got 2x4s, which I already had these, so I'm not counting into that price these 2x4s, but I have these from 2 computer desks that I built. So I hope that this is going to be enough to do the table it should be. So basically, I'm going to get the plastic off, and I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to get to cutting. I'm getting ready to cut the legs, and as you can see here, I got it set up and I'm using the stop blocks, so all 4 of them are going to be the exact same length so you don't get a wobble in the table. So basically, this is set for 35.5 inches tall, and that's going to be kind of a tall. Matter of fact, it'll be about the height of my workbench. It's a little above waist high. The reason we're doing that is we have a t-shirt heat press and we do decals and stuff, and I want the table kind of tall so you don't have to bend over and break your back while you're doing all the work. So I'm going to go ahead and get and cut these. I'm going to cut 4 of these. As you can see here, this is going to be the top of the table. This is one of the shelves. So what I did is I just laid this out, just see where I was going to be. And it works out perfect to where this right here is 2 inches, and on this side is 2 inches. So that's great. So what I'm going to do now is I'll take a 2x4, and I'm going to leave it probably, I'm going to go ahead and back it up about 1 inch. I like to have a little bit of lip. So I'll take this one. Anyway, so I'm gonna have the length of the table. I want the 2x4s facing out instead of the skinny side. And so basically now what I'm gonna do is I'll measure back 1 inch on each end of this, and then go down on the other end and stand the other 2x4 up, and then measure the distance between them 2x4s, because that's gonna give me the length that I need to do. Of course, this length right here is 16 inches because that's the width of this. So that's gonna be easy for that one. But I don't know if it makes sense. But anyway, I'm gonna get this going, mark these 1 inch back so I know where I'm at, and then hopefully it'll make sense here in a second. So I got this marked, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line this up with that being 1 inch back. I'm gonna come down here. I hope y'all can see this. I don't have any of these fancy cameras, GoPros and all this other crap. I'm using a cell phone and iPhone to do mine. So basically here's my legs, and This is sitting an inch back and it's about a 1/2 inch in, give or take a few. And again, it'll give me the lip that I want on it. So now I'm gonna measure from this side to this side, and I'll be dog. Man, I must need to play the lottery. It comes out to 39 inches even. I never do anything and it comes out to an even number. So let me write that down before I forget it. So it's gonna be 39 inches. It's gonna be the distance of here. So now, with that said, I'm gonna have to cut 2 more boards for the top of the table of 39 inches, and then I'll go ahead and cut the 16 inches supports for the cross brace. Anyway, sometimes I sound like I talk Japanese because my brain and my mouth don't work together. Anyway, let me get to cutting. I have 2 end pieces for the table cut down to 16. Now these are going to be the long supports. I went ahead and did 6 because I'm going to do 2 on the table and 2 on each side. Excuse me, 2 on each side of the shelves as it goes down. That way I'll have something to mount these little brackets right here too. So now, as far as pocket holes, I am not going to pocket hole the legs. I'm going to put 2 pocket holes on each end of the supports and each end of these right here. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. How you like that math? I got 16 pocket holes that I need to drill out. So I'm going to go ahead and get all that done. Now that I have the leg frame together, what I did is I measured from the top down to right here. This is 14 3/4, and then I measured from here, get my camera on it, up to here. I can't remember what that was. Hang on a second. That was 6 inches. So basically what that does is from here to this mark is 14 3/4, and from that mark to the other one is 14 3/4. That way the shelves will be even. So now I'm gonna go ahead and line these up and line them up on the mark and then screw them in with the pocket holes. I got all the cross braces on, as you can see. I got them little L brackets to hold the shelf. And then down here, got these on, and I went ahead and you can see right here, I pocket screwed them in. So now I'm gonna keep this on the floor. I'm gonna take this one and line it up right here, and then just run those pocket screws into that, and then pretty much the frame will be done other than adding the top and the shelves. So this is where we're at right here so far. Of course I didn't, for those of you that's gonna say something, I didn't put a brace here or here. I just didn't want to. But once I put the shelves in there and mount them to them little hooks, it's gonna hold it, it's gonna make it rigid this way. So basically, I'll show you. These little hooks right here, see where you got the little holes where you can run the screw up through it. And the screws that come with it will not go through that 3/4 inch wood because they're real tiny screws. So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and stain this whole thing as it sits now because it's gonna be a lot easier. And then I'll go ahead and stain the 3 shelves. And then once they're dry, I'm gonna put them all in here, screw them down, and we'll be done. Except for the top. I'm gonna glue all the way around the top, and I'm gonna use my brad nailer and just put a couple brads in it on the top. I don't feel like you could come here and run pocket holes and go up, but this is gonna be a work table. I don't feel like doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this thing and knock it out. So this is what it looks like stained. And basically, like I said, they're just sitting on top of those little L brackets. And what you need to do, like I said, if you build this exactly like I built it, is once they're on there, make sure that they're overhanging past the 2x4s, as you can see right here. Make sure they're sticking out 1 inch. It's going to be 1 inch on each end. That way, when you put the top on it, all of it's going to line up perfectly. Now, you can flush them up. This is what I want to do. I mean, I do stuff off of the top of my mind, and I don't have plans. I just kind of go with the flow. So basically, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take and run glue around the top of this, and I'll tack a few brads, and I'm going to let the glue do its work. But the brads on dark stain, you can't really see them. Now, when I go to flip this over to try to screw these boards down to where it locks them down, they're going to fall out. So I have some 2.5 inch brads. I'm going to shoot one on each end all the way around, just enough to hold it to where when I flip this whole unit upside down, I can actually get up under there and put the screws in it. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and then I'll show you what it looks like finished. Alright, since I had this already on the side, I went ahead and threw these little felt pieces on the bottom. I figured that'd be a good time as any to do it. Now I'm going to run the glue around the edge. I'm not going to do a whole lot, but I'm going to go all the way around. Just like this. Alright. Then, this thing is still a little damp. Pick which side you think looks the best. And I like this side. Now I'm gonna I know I'm gonna hang over an inch, so I'm gonna kind of use my fingers before I set it down and kind of judge it. Like that right there. All right, let me get my tape measure. All right, that's an inch. All right, so there she is. Now I'm gonna shoot it with brads and we're done with this thing. So this is what it looks like completely finished. And basically, like I said, this is just merely gonna be like a work table. I guess you could call it like a workbench type deal. But not too bad for, I think, like I said, roughly around 60 bucks, give or take a few, and also depending on where you live. But that's that. If you got any questions, shoot me a comment. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. Like I always say, thank you for watching, like, and subscribe.